Hello once again, my friends, my fellow Star Trek fans, my fellow historians, and my fellow lovers of everything interesting. I'd like to welcome you to another video, and the subject in today's video is going to be Star Trek. It's going to involve the Enterprise, not this lovely lady, but one of her cousins. We're going to be talking about the Enterprise A, the NCC 1701A, formerly the Yorktown. What makes the A significant in this video is that we're going to be looking at well, it's kind of like, not a theater prop, but it's more like a rental store, video store prop. I've shown you the Enterprise in the past, that odd, kind of like a mobile that was used for the advertising in the video stores. Well, I'm going to show you something similar to that. This is from Paramount, and this one is going to be larger than the last mobile that I showed you. So let's go over to the desk where there's more room, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is in kind of a large box. The way it was shipped, it's large and flat. This is from Paramount Pictures. So I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to show you guys the contents of the kit. So let me see if I can open it up from the side, just so I don't damage it, because this thing has been around for a long time. Oh good, alright. So I was able to just go into the side, so we can keep it closed. And is there anything? Yeah. It does say, I'll put a picture up, it says Star Trek ST Mobile opened immediately from Paramount Pictures. Okay, so I'm going to take out some of the pieces. And this thing is really, this is really large. This is going to be really fun. So let's put the pieces in place. This thing looks like it's been put together before, and it's very, very large. And lastly, we need the instructions. Is that everything in the box? Okay, I think that's everything. So when it comes to the movie theater standees, I've shown you guys the Captain Kirk, I've shown you the Captain Spock, and I've shown you the other Enterprise, the other mobile. This one is a little more realistic to what she would look like. So this is the string, and you can see the hook that it's going to hang from. So let's put this aside and let's check out the instructions. So this is the Paramount Pictures Star Trek Mobile. This is so cool. This is the assembly instructions, and this thing is massive. I love it. So we go over to step 1. We pre-fold all the scores. Lay the body, C, flat. With the Star Trek side down. Fold the side C1 upward. Fold flap C2 and tab C3 inward as shown, and insert the tab into the slide. After the body is assembled, fold the flap C4 inward for support. Step 2, we pre-fold all the scores flat. Lay each engine wing, D, flat with NCC 1701 facing down. Fold the sides D1 upward and panel D2 inward. Fold the small flap D3 inward and insert slot D3 into slot D1 and lock. Repeat this in steps. Repeat this step so that both engine wings are assembled. Of course, they're talking about the nacelles. Step 3, attach one engine wing to each side, folding both tabs in the same direction towards the back of the body. Carefully insert the back tab D4 into slot C6, then gently insert the front tab D4 into slot C6. Firmly push the engine wings back until the tab locks into place, which is C7. Lift the engine wing up, push tab D4 under the body, strap C3 to lock the engine wing into place. Fold the front tab back. Repeat for the other engine or wing, again the nacelle. Step 4, you can see the saucer, the primary hull. Attach the disc stiffener, which is E, to the underside of disc A by inserting the tabs B1 into slots A1. You can see the bridge on the top. The sensor dome is going to go on the bottom. On to step 5. Pre-fold all the scores underside of disc A and shown by inserting tab C5 first up through the slots A2 and then down through either side of the slot A1 to lock. See the insert. And finally, in step 6, we have the assembled Star Trek Mobile. After the Enterprise is completely assembled, insert the skyhook into the hole and hang from the ceiling. Love it. Look at that. And this is 1988 Paramount Pictures Corporation. So, let's see. I was under the impression this is the A, but it's not. This is the NCC 1701. It's still the refit. So why don't we put the instructions aside, there's nothing on the back, and let's check out the Mobile. We're going to put it together. This is going to be really fun. All right. You can see the... I want you guys to actually see the scope of the size of this thing. So this is just the saucer section, and I have the camera lens on the widest angle possible. All right, let's take a measurement of just the primary hull. All right, so we have 30.5 inches, and that's just the primary hull. And it referring to this section as the saucer stiffener. So this is going to brace it. So this is going to go in. It's going to go up through the bottom. You can see the bridge, B and C decks. You can see one of the phaser arrays on the starboard side. You can see the thrusters, the maneuvering thrusters. The sensor bands on the outer parts of the primary hull. You can see one of the flashing beacons and navigation beacons, and you can see a docking port on the side, and going back to eventually where the that lounge area is, so the mess, not the mess, the area where they gathered, the gathering area. You can see the bottom where they've got the sensor dome. We've got the phaser array on the bottom, and the way this looks, this is the starboard side, and they've got the lights, the beacon, navigation beacons actually red. Well, they got red on both sides, but on starboard they should be green. But that is the starboard side of the, you go all the way back and you can see the impulse engines. Like I said, it's so big. This thing is going to be so much fun when it's up and together. Now we go over to the port side, And one of the tabs is the impulse crystal. You can see again the thrusters, the maneuvering thrusters. And we have the port side, the bridge, B and C decks. The docking port, of course, is behind there. We've got the phaser arrays, the docking port. Going down, we get the sensor dome. And we go all the way forward. So this is the, like I said, it's the stiffening piece for the saucer section. So let's put that aside for a minute. Next up we have the secondary hull. And this is, it looks like it's been around, and I think it's from all the pulling out of the box, stuffing in the box, and reselling it. It doesn't look like the tabs, at least that I can tell, have been folded for a display, but let me try to get this in the shot. See, like the pushing, stuffing in the boxes over the years. But this is the secondary hull. So this would come down, and that section would be folded. And the thing up on top is actually the impulse crystal right there. Let's check out the starboard side. You can see the Star Trek video collection, the Starship U.S.S. Enterprise, United Federation of Planets. I love it. You can see the arboretum on the starboard side, the deflector dish housing. You can see the Starfleet insignia, the docking port on the saucer pylon. Going back, you can see where the nacelles are going. The nacelle pylons are going to attach to the secondary hull. Nice that they even have the Aztecing. Going back aft, you can see the shuttle bay. And there's a little tab. Let's see what this says. 1988 Paramount Pictures. Star Trek is a registered trademark, not for sale. So that's 1988. And this would be the port side. You can see the deflector dish housing, the Star Trek video collection. You can see the photon torpedo launcher with the port side docking port on the side of the saucer pylon, a primary hull pylon. Going back, you can see the observation deck over the shuttle bay, and we have the phaser arrays in the back. And I like how you can see the Aztecing again. So this is pretty cool. All right, let's put that aside. And let's take a look at the nacelles. So you can see where they're going to be folded. Let's see. Again, it's all bent from stuffing it in and out of the box. You can see the forward part. Now this would be the chiller grill. This would be the inner part of the, let's see, the port nacelle. You can see the navigation beacon on top, the blue, as well as the Aztecing. And you can see the damage on the outer part. And you can see NCC 1701, United Federation of Planets. So this technically is the outer part of the nacelle, because you can see the thruster in the back and it has the fin, but they actually put the glowing chiller grill on the outside as well. And of course this would have been black. Going all the way forward, you can see the Bassard collectors where they would be. And you can see the outer part of a nacelle pylon has these vents that are on them. Again, it's too bad about the damage. We'll take a look at the other one now. And this one is the starboard nacelle. You can see up front the Bussard collector and the coil behind it. We have the blue navigation beacon, and we have the outer chiller grill. Again, this would be black, and you can see the nacelle pylon. And let's see if I can get it over to the part where you can see there is damage. That's too bad. The thruster. And this will be looking at the inner part of the nacelle. Again, we got the inner chiller grill. That would be glowing. It would be violet or blue, going all the way up front to the Bussard collector. And again, it's all, you can tell it's been around. This isn't brand new. It was listed as brand new, but it's seen its better days. This hasn't been, you can tell this hasn't been left in a box since 1988. This has been taken out and played with and packed and repacked. And even on the saucer section, you can see there's damage. But this is the NCC 1701. You can see the Aztecing. We have the maneuvering thrusters on the bottom. Hopefully you can see the sensor dome. And this is the back half of the saucer pylon. You can see the saucer pylon, well, part of it. You can see where it's going to attach, and the rear maneuvering thrusters. So let's see, let's get this opened up. And now we'd be looking at the top of the ship. We have the Enterprise. Actually, this is the bottom. You can see the sensor dome. All right, okay, so both sides have a sensor dome. So they just printed the same thing on both sides. This one has the Paramount on it. Yeah, the one facing the bottom has Paramount Pictures, and they both are printed with the sensor dome. Of course, the center on the top is where the bridge should be. So this is the same on both sides. But you can see the NCC 1701. So I think all that's left to do is, let's go ahead. I want to set it up, because it's no longer in mint condition. It's pretty much seen its better days. So why don't we put her on display the way she was meant to be displayed. So let's go set her up. Okay, so you can see the saucer section put out and flat. It's got the Paramount Pictures logo, trademark on it. You can see the side with the bridge. We go down, we laid out the nacelles. Of course, they're the outer parts, but I wanted you to see the registry markings. And again, it's too bad about the damage, because there's a lot of damage in the corners and the pieces. You can see the secondary hull, like that. And I just couldn't bring myself to actually put it together. It's from 1988, and it's never been bent and put into position, so I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I'll look to see if there's a picture of the assembled one, and I'll use that, and I'll show you guys what she'll look like. But, well, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this quick little video from 1988. This was the display in the video store for the Star Trek collection. Till my next video, my friends, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.